Hey everyone, it's Mari, and thank you for joining me for another 12 by 12 mixed media layout. And I'm just adding some gesso to some regular white cardstock on the screen right now with my palette knife. I already adhered the white cardstock to some craft cardstock from my hip kit, and I'm just going to give that a little bit of time to dry. So I did put a fairly thick layer of gesso on there just because I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do for media, mixed media on the layout. I knew that I wanted to add some color, but I just wasn't 100% sure how many layers of what I was going to use. So I did get a fairly heavy coat of gesso on there just in case I decided to go really crazy. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time drying that. And I just use the Liquitex clear gesso. I think I picked it up at Michael's. I'm not really sure how expensive it was. I don't think it was too bad. And it seems like anytime I buy anything at Michael's, I'm using a coupon. So that's a nice thing about buying stuff there. So just making sure that that's really super dry and using my heat tool there to dry that up. So now I'm just going to take some Heidi Swapp Color Shine and I'm going to spray that onto my acrylic block. And I think that's the pink, which is just a really, really pretty color. And I wanted to work with the Kiss Kiss collection, mostly papers and embellishments. So that is, those papers and embellishments are just a really, really soft, pretty pink. So I just wanted to work with that. So I just took a wet baby wipe and I just took it and picked up that paint or mist that was on the block, and now I'm just putting a little bit of gold, Heidi Swapp gold, on there as well, and gonna put a bunch of that on there. That's probably my favorite mist and my favorite color shine is the gold. It's so pretty. I think I switched up to paper towel for the gold just because it wasn't going on very well with the wet baby wipe. So you can use a lot of different, obviously a lot of different things to apply this on there with, just kind of whatever you have, whatever's handy, and just get that on there. And that does dry pretty quick, but I think I'm going to give it a little bit of help and just dry that up a little bit more quickly. Now I did actually add a bunch of other stuff, so I think I'm going to use a stencil next. So this is the Crafter's Workshop. And I'm just going to take a sponge there and get a little piece of sponge to work with that Tim Holtz Distress ink, and that one is walnut, I believe. And I'm just gonna, I don't want it too dark on there. I just want just sort of like a little bit. So I'm gonna just put that here and there, and I'll explain about the photo and the matting when we get to that part. But I just wanted to see how my mat was going to fit on there and where I wanted to put that ink. So I just decide once I've just sort of taken a look at where I'm going to put that photograph in the mats, where I want more of the stencil, and just like I said, just sponging that on there fairly lightly. Now I'm going to take some texture paste and from Ranger, which I really, really love. And I think I might even show you there, I don't know if I did or not, but maybe it's coming up how I don't have very much left in that container. This is the Tim Holtz, I think it's called Worn Lipstick and Distress Ink, and I'm just going to add a little bit of eyes ink to it just to lighten it up a little bit because I didn't like how dark it was. Once again, I'm trying to keep the background really light on this one, on this layout. So I just add a little bit of white Liquitex acrylic paint to the paste just to make it a really soft, light pink. You really can add virtually anything to that texture paste. It's really good stuff. Now I'm taking that Hero Arts stencil that we got in our kit a while back, and I'm just going to add, it's little triangles of clusters of hearts. If you haven't seen that one before, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, and I'm just going to add little spots of that texture here and there on the layout. And excuse me, I'm feeling bad about wasting all of that paste when I don't have much left, so I'm going to attempt to save that. So Just gonna clean up that mess quickly. The sooner the better, before it hardens into cement. And get rid of that, get that out of there. So what I did with the photograph is I ended up layering it with a bunch of the Kiss Kiss papers from the 6x6 pad, and I did it off camera, but it's all I did was I just took the picture and I just offset, I think maybe 4 or so sheets of that 6x6 paper, and I tore the edges of all of them. So really basic, really simple, nothing too exciting there. So I matted the photograph on some pink, I think, and then I'm just going to show you there that pad, because it is really pretty. I really like that. It's nice. And so yeah, I just took a bunch of those papers and I matted the picture on cardstock, then I went vellum, and then a bunch of the different papers. So I'm just showing you those Stampin' Up! Hodgepodge clips, which I really love. There's kind of a combination of hearts and paper clips and all kinds of stuff. So they're all clips, but they're in different shapes. So I just put one of those little hearts on there. And I'm going to take some of the Kiss Kiss chipboard ephemera pieces and I'm going to put those down. And this is pretty quick. This video, this layout, it didn't take me that long. I think this layout took me about 35 minutes or so to do. And just going to glue those down to make sure that they stick. They're pretty heavy pieces, so just giving it a little bit of extra oomph there. Sorry if you can hear my phone in the background. And yeah, and so those are some Kiss Kiss ephemera pieces from the little ephemera container package. And same with the little bits and pieces that I have over to the side of the photograph. I'm going to add some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals to not sure where, I don't remember. But I'm also going to use my Xyron here. I'm going to use my Xyron just to make those the vellum pieces sticky. I've had that Xyron sticker maker for 100 years, I think. And when I was using it, when I first got it, there was a sale somewhere online, I can't remember where, some online store that had the refills, and they were super cheap. So I think I don't even know how many boxes of those refills I have up in my closet. A lot, so I should really get using it. Anyway, so yeah, there's that photo mat, and I'm just going to stick that down. You can see I stapled the mats together, or the mat together, and then I just I stuck the picture on top of it, I guess, with just some tape runner. Anyway, I'm a little slow this morning. It's really early in the morning. I just was hoping I could get this video up before I leave today because I'm gone for about 5 days here. So this is a picture of Bailey and I, my daughter, when last July we went to the Fringe, and it was a lot of fun. We had a really fun day. We took a selfie, and you can see, I think there's a juggler in the background, and I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. It's pretty hard to see that. I'm just going to rough up the edges of that cardstock a little bit. But I ended up with a herniated disc in my back last summer, and still suffering from that quite a bit. But anyway, it was a pretty horrible summer because we really didn't get to do anything. And well, I didn't. And so anyway, this was, I think it was the end of July, and I think I just maybe took some muscle relaxants and decided to go have a fun day with my daughter in the city. So we did that. But anyway, that's what the picture is of, is us just having lots of fun. And it's in Saskatoon in July on Broadway Avenue. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but it's just a really fun atmosphere, and it's a really, really good time. Lots of good food and all kinds of fun stuff to see and do. So we try to go there every summer and take that in. It's a lot of fun. So I'm just fiddling with those ephemera pieces from the Kiss Kiss pack, and then I'm going to work on the title. And the title, I just used Amy Tangerine Today words. That's what the is, the black one. And I've had a really hard time finding those in stock anywhere, and I finally did find them in stock, so I was excited about that. And the glittery letters for Fringe are serendipity letters, Dear Lizzie, from our kit. And then the fun is American Craft wood grain thickers. And there's a little bit of wood grain paper on there and a couple little ephemera pieces, maybe chipboard, etc. So I thought that the wood grain thickers would look good on there. So the Fringe fun, and then I just add the journaling down at the bottom. I add a few sequins here and there from my stash, and that's about it. So this is a really easy, quick layout. Not a lot of fussing or mussing with it. You can see I add that little flare. It says you and me on it, and I think that was a Dear Lizzie Serendipity flare. And I'm just going to take my Heidi Swap date stamp, and I'm just going to stamp that on there a few times till I get it right. And just below that is where I add the journaling. And I can't remember if I added the sequins on camera or off camera. I might have done that off camera actually after. And the journaling just says, the summer of 2014 was a tough one, but we managed to find things to do to make things better. The Fringe is always a good time. We had a blast, food, fun, and laughs. And so just really simple sentiment, just to remember when she looks back at this page that's what we did at the end of July in 2014. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is just a really simple, easy layout. Thanks for watching, and have an amazing day, and don't forget to enter my contest. Bye!